All right, let's do this thing.
Right on.
Bust this out. Gotta get out of here.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Accelerate Your Best Life. Tom Worth. I got Zack Bradley here.
Super good to have you guys here. It has been a second, but maybe it hasn't been a second for you guys. It's been a second for me and Tom.
It has, yeah, absolutely.
We have met up, but it feels good. Feels good to be back. Had a little bit of a busy day today, huh?
Oh, yeah. Man, it's been crazy. Which I'd rather have crazy than not.
No, me too, man.
Right?
Me too.
The longer I sit, the more I got time to think, and I don't like to think, right?
We don't like to be back here. We like to be here.
Right here, right now.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
But if you've been with us a little bit, and you notice our last couple of videos, we've kind of changed it up a little bit. I've been doing some stuff on the whiteboard, just kind of explaining some things the way that I see, just ideas how to align with who you are and to have that vision of your future and do all you can do to stay out of the past. But like we've talked many times, is that present moment, and there's just something about the present moment that I think a lot of us don't spend enough time there. And sometimes it's scary too, I guess, because we're so used to living back there or living disconnected in a sense. Yeah. Right?
Yeah, 100%.
But as you connect with who you are and your source within you, that's where your power is, and that's where you create.
I agree 100% with you.
And it's a moment-to-moment choice and action, right?
Yeah, no, 100% is.
Right.
When we got, I don't know if you were getting to this, but I think today, I'm excited for today's message.
Mm-hmm.
I'm super, super excited for today's message. Today, we're going to talk a bit about change and the change that is going on in our lives. And I'm sure in your life, there is a ton of change too. I think the one of the biggest things in life, do things ever stay the same?
They don't. And I think you get so, got it straight, because the truth is no. It never does. Yeah. But in your mind, I think you make it, you have the ability in your mind to make it that you think that there isn't change.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So there's no preparation. So when there is change, you get your ass kicked.
Yep, exactly.
So there's no preparation or no proactiveness, or it's oh my God, what just happened? I just lost my job.
I'm freaking out.
What am I going to do?
There's scarcity. There's nothing out there. I can't find another job. I'm never going to have this or that. Right?
That's where you go.
You do, though.
Right?
You seriously do.
Yeah, but you do go there. But it's how long do you stay there?
And how do you get out of it?
And how do you get out of it, right?
100%. How do you work through those feelings? How... I guess the biggest thing in my thoughts and my experience and stuff, feeling like that, having all those emotions coming towards you, coming at you, feeling crazy, a lot of it's because you don't feel that you're enough with yourself.
Exactly. And you don't have self-confidence.
Yeah, 100%.
And you don't believe that you have the ability to go out and create better, because that's what I was talking to you earlier today. When things happen, the universe is aware of you. Whether you believe it or not, it is. And sometimes the universe will close a door to open another door of something bigger and better.
It
right?
does. Yeah.
And you may not be aware or conscious of it. If you look back in your life, you'll see how that's happened, but you wasn't aware of it. And now you're in a situation right now where you're a little more aware of it, or you're not. But if you're in that situation, just know if a window closes, another one's waiting to open. But is it just going to open if you don't take any action?
No.
You've got to step, right?
Yeah, you got to take that step. You got to take some action to get to that next place. And sometimes that small door gets slammed so hard in your face so that you can turn around and see that gigantic big door, right? That big gate. And I do believe that. I do think, I know that you do have to take that action. in one form or another. It doesn't, and it doesn't have to be, if it's the job scenario that you're necessarily applying for all these jobs, but keeping an eye out, doing stuff, and working towards that next job, that next thing, and that opportunity is going to come. Keeping your mind open towards it. You might even just walk into the gas station and, whoa, they're paying $16 an hour. I could do that part-time for a minute. Oh, they're paying this here, they're paying this there, you start seeing all these avenues of more and more in abundance and getting into that abundance mindset, right?
Yep, and you've got to have that. Because if you're in lack, it's miserable.
And so I've struggled a little bit with the abundance. And so one thing that I do for my morning affirmations is I say there's so much abundance in the world and I am not afraid. Because I'm not. And there is so much abundance.
Right, and there's abundance for me. There's abundance for you. There's plenty of abundance out there for you, whether you believe it or not. It's just changing the way that you see and the way that you think. Because if you're not experiencing abundance, you're experiencing lack. And either way, whether it's abundance or it's lack, you're right. So if you got a lack mindset, a poor me, a victim mindset, that's exactly what you get. Think about it. That's what you feel on the inside of you. So that's your result on the outside of you. If you have an abundance mindset, you wake up in the morning, this is a great day, I'm going to make it happen. That's what you create. Right?
As within,
so without. Woo! Boom.
Love that one.
But we talk about a lot of things, about things often, and you may hear the same thing, but there's a reason why you're hearing the same thing, because what we're doing and how we're teaching you to accelerate your best life is simple and it's basic. Mm-hmm. It's not that hard, but we make it hard.
Oh, we love to make it hard. We love to overcomplicate
right?
it.
Individually, if you look at your life, you've created hard.
But also, as humans, we love to overcomplicate and make things hard and over crazy. And do you know why, Tom?
Well,
it gives us a back door to get out of it.
Exactly.
To not follow through, to not do it.
An excuse.
A distraction. Are you distracting yourself? Come on, you got to work through that. I'm working through my distractions, and I just want to say I know that you are, and if you're not, I encourage you to. But just for a moment, I want to tell you that I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being here. I'm proud of you for taking action. You watching this video is taking action to get to that next place. That is so amazing for you. You got to keep that momentum going. You got to keep that self-discipline. Motivation is not going to be all that. It's never going to be everything for you. It's the discipline and doing it day in, day out, day in, day out, day in, day out. I'm tired of it.
Day in, day out, day in, day out.
Till you start feeling it, you start feeling that power within you. It has taken me a long time to build up my confidence and become the person that I want to be and continue to grow into being. But what did I have to do? Day in, day out, day in, day out. Start following through. If I say I'm going to do something, I've got to do it. And if I don't, I'm putting it on a list for tomorrow and I'm doing it tomorrow. It is time to get things done, taking action and changing. The biggest thing is you have got to take action to change, to get to that next place in your life, to become that next person that you want to be and to be happy and fulfilled with yourself. Wouldn't you agree?
I would agree. When you talk about motivation, you may have motivation at times, but motivation doesn't last. And if you're waiting for motivation, stop waiting and get grinding. Get working, get reading, get meditating, get thinking different. Start being a better you. Get to the gym, exercise. Spiritual, mental and emotional, physical equals finances. Okay? You are creators and you can create whatever that is, but if you're not good within yourself, it's hard to see anything bigger. That's why we talk about the vision of the future. If we're seeing the vision of the future, but having the vision within us and feeling it and acting as if it's already there, that's what brings it to you. That's what magnetizes. It's the feeling. Magnetizes your dream. On the flip side, if you're feeling your past, you're magnetizing your past. You're bringing it to you. There's no place better than right here, right now, to have the power to be who you are and create what you want. Would you agree?
No, I agree. But you said something. You said motivation, and I said it too, but the motivation isn't always going to be everything. But you know what's great, Tom? Is we live in such an awesome world. If you need some motivation, hop up on YouTube and look up some motivational videos. Yep. Look up some motivational speeches.
Exactly.
There is stuff to motivate you out there. You definitely got to find it, but you can't live on motivation. You can't live on it is going to change. It's going to change on its own. It's just going to happen. Things are going to get better on their own. Realistically, in the world that we live in today, it's not just like that, and things aren't just all butterflies and roses. It's a crazy world out there, but you control your world as within, so without. If you are at peace with you within here, your world is going to be so much more beautiful. You are going to see those butterflies and roses, but you got to fix in here to see out here. If that makes sense.
So I was just thinking about, we kind of went, and hopefully you guys have noticed, if not, if you'll go back, I've started to do some board stuff and talking about the past, the present moment, where we're going, and some ideas of how to do that. Daily actions, okay? For the spiritual, the mental and emotional, the physical, blocks of time, okay? Look at my last video that's out and really focus on it. It's basic and it's simple. But in there I talk about an 80-day program, making a decision for 80 days, okay? The problem is you say, yeah, I'm going to do it for 80 days, so 2, 3, you get to 4 days, you get to 5 days. Oh, shit, this is hard.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Right? So you fall off that path. If you make a commitment and a decision and discipline yourself for 80 days, it's not that hard. It's simple. Feels hard, you make it hard, but it's not easy.
But how often do we really make things hard in life?
Always.
Always, right? It's just like how I said, we like to add this and that and this and that and this and that, and pretty soon we just gave ourselves a back door because now this is a mountain and I don't want to do it, right? But we got to start simple. We got to start, and that's the thing that I love about it. It is simple, and you can do 80 days of simple things, right? And then you can start challenging yourself. And I know you've done a bunch of different ways with doing the 80 days. Mm-hmm. But if you're feeling like you just want to have some kind of consistency, you can do an all-out. Tom did an all-out 80 days, which was really amazing. But maybe you need to find something that's one thing that you stay consistent with. Okay. Maybe it's the gym, right?
So that's what I was saying with the 80 days. Okay, so how many days is that? That's 80, right?
Yep.
So let's break it up. So let's meditate.
Okay.
Let's do that for 7 days.
Okay.
Huh? Can we do that for 7 days?
Doable, 100%. Great. Doesn't
you
look
get
big.
to 7 days. Okay. The next on day 8, you meditate and you add 15 minutes of reading.
I like
do that for 7 or 8 days.
Ooh, I like.
Oh, I made it 14.
Yeah.
Gym. Man, I haven't did the gym. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm creating some ideas. I'm meditating. I'm reading. I'm learning a little bit about myself. But maybe I'm missing a little bit of activity. So what about reading or meditating? Reading 15 minutes. Now start walking for 20.
Oh, I love it.
You don't have to go to the gym. I recommend going to the gym because the energy is pretty cool. I like to. But steps. How do you eat an elephant?
How do you eat an elephant?
Have you ever ate one?
No.
You eat an elephant one bite at a time.
You can't eat the whole thing.
Oh,
right?
yeah, one bite at a time. Eat big.
That makes sense, bro. Let me ask you something really quick.
Okay, cool.
Just switching just a tiny bit gears. But when you go to the gym, you say you love the energy. I know there's a lot of people that feel discomfort and uncomfortable. How do you work? How have you worked through that with first getting into the gym?
And it was hard. I just remember going in there not knowing really anybody. And even when I go to the gym now, I go and I work out with myself. So, talking about the meditation, or not the meditation, but the motivation.
Yeah.
I listen to motivation when I get there. I turn that on, get my headphones going, and I kind of get in a groove. That kind of helps me get through it.
Yeah.
But then one thing leads to another. You meet some good people. You see people working out. Say, wow, this is awesome. All of a sudden your endorphins start to kick in.
Which I got to say, you guys got to jump back a couple episodes. I'm not sure right off the top of my head which one it is, but Tom has a great story about a gym friend that you were talking to. I'm trying to recall the story, but it was someone that you had been friends with, and then you hadn't seen her for a minute. She had a baby, or she was having a baby.
Yep.
But it's kind of cool that you can make friends like that. And before you started the gym, you didn't even know this lady, right?
Right.
But
No,
that was an inspirational story that you shared, though.
yeah, and I'd met her, and I mean, I had always noticed that, she's always working hard, and she was consistent. Holy hell. Consistent. I said, and that was really my example. I mean, if she can do it, I can do it, right?
Yeah.
If somebody else can do it, you can do it.
Yeah.
Right? But are you as committed as they are is the question. Are you willing to take the actions? And she was. I got talking to her a little bit, and she, I knew that she was pregnant. She already had a little girl, and I thought, that's great. But man, she just kept coming. You see this going, right? And she was still working, day in, day out.
Wow.
And once she had her baby, she left for a little bit. She had the baby, but she didn't lose much time.
Yeah.
And she's right back at it, and she's still doing it. And matter of fact, I saw her this morning.
Yeah.
Still at it.
That is super amazing.
And it's just exciting. So why not you? If not you, then who?
Why not you to make the change, to take a step to change some part of your life? And the crazy thing is, sometimes it just, not sometimes, a lot of times it just starts with one thing, and that one thing starts to trickle into so many other areas in your life. If there is something right now in your life that you're like, I want this to be better, I want more consistency, you don't have to fix everything in your life right now. But start with one thing. Start with going to the gym daily. Start with, and they talk about it in Atomic Habits. You got to start stacking small wins, and those small wins end up super big. They say in the Atomic Habits, he talks about if you make one change every day in 30 days, you have 30 days of changes, right? That's one simple change a day, 30 days of growing into the next area, the next person that you want to be, right? And I think that's super amazing. There's so many good aspects about change, but it looks so scary at first. The mountain looks scary, but once you can take a foot and you can put it on the trail and start climbing that mountain's trail to the top, you start feeling better. You start dropping weight. All that weight starts rolling off you. You stop holding on to things. You start seeing this improve. Let's say your health started to improve, and then you're all of a sudden like, wow, my relationship started to improve. Wow, my mental health started to improve. Wow, the way that I keep things clean or organized has improved. You'll start to see it in so many different areas. I used to not even clean my whole office before I got into editing, but now before I get into an edit, I like to have a nice clean area, so I'll take 10 minutes, quickly pick up, and it feels good, right?
Right. So before, was that a representation of how you felt inside?
Oh yeah, 100%. And
That's the mirror, wasn't it?
I do, yeah, 100%.
So now that you're cleaning off your office, as you do this, that tells me for a fact that you feel more confident, you love yourself more, and you care about what you are and who you are.
Yeah.
Would you agree?
I agree 100%.
And that is the truth. Think about your surroundings. How do you keep them? That is a representation of in here.
When I start getting depressed, I notice a lot of my areas start to get really messy, or when I'm having a lot of emotions, not just depression. We as humans experience a lot of emotions in our lifetime.
Well, it kicks in procrastination is what it does.
Oh, yeah. But I find when I'm having a lot of emotions, my areas start to get messy. So I acknowledge that as quick as I can. And okay, if I clean this area up, my mind space is going to feel a lot better too. And it's little things like that, and just keeping areas. I can't remember what they said or what the saying is, but it's like your space reflects the mental space that you're in. I don't know how it is, but it basically says like the way that your rooms look reflects how you are mentally. Mm-hmm. And I do agree with that, because as I've worked through and cleaned myself up in my mind a lot, I find all my areas are a lot cleaner, a lot more organized. I know where things need to go. When I pull something out, I put something away. It's easier to pull it out, have that spot, and put it back in the spot, right?
Yep.
But you just find that changing one aspect can start to just ripple effect and change and change and change and change. And pretty soon you're just this whole new butterfly.
Exactly.
And you should talk about your butterfly.
And you've come out of that, you know, it's like in the last video I talked about it. But you guys know what a monarch butterfly is and how beautiful they are, right? Do you think it just happened like that? Or did it take some time? It takes some time, doesn't it? So a caterpillar crawls up in and he goes into a chrysalis, binds himself in. And like I said, I can't remember, I need to research that again, but I think it was like 60 days. And that's my challenge to you, is go do something. I said 80, and I would stay with 80, okay? Just to keep that mindset, one step, 7 days, do something. The next 7, add to it. Build on it, build on it, build on it. But then get repetition. Do it day in, day out. Because what happened, okay? Because I was in that chrysalis, and I came out and I felt so much better after the 80 days. And there was times, I promise you, I felt I wanted to quit, but I made a commitment and I showed up. There was days I went to the gym sick, puking before I went to the gym, but I made a commitment I was going to at least show up. Did I work extra hard when I got there? Probably not. I was able to at least sit in the sauna, get my thoughts together, and do a little bit. But the good news is I did what I said I was going to do. And your word is your worth, I promise you. Keep your word to yourself.
You got to follow through. You got to follow through on those things that you say you're going to do. It seriously is everything. And when you stop following through on things, and I've had this happen with me, the times that I haven't followed through, I've just felt my self-confidence drop so much farther than other things. That is such a crucial part of your self-confidence, is the following through and taking action and taking those steps to do the things that you want to do, to become this person that you want to be. We all have this vision of this person that we want to be. I have this vision of this me that I'm working so hard to achieve. You do as well. It's time to take the steps. It's time to drop the excuses and this and that, and to start to change and to taking the steps to change. My biggest recommendation is just to find one thing and to go 30 days, then to go 60, then to go 80. Right. You got to start stacking. If 80 looks too big for you, start with the 7, then go to another 7, then another 7, then another. Pretty soon you're going to hit that 80 before you even know it. You'll be like, wow. Start tracking the days, writing them down, Xing them off, and you'll see, wow, I X'd off 3 months like nothing, and I'm a whole new person now. Right. I've changed so much, right?
So you do that at the end of the 80, is what happens is you just changed all your old habits. So now you're at 80 days and you're thinking, man, I feel so good. I got more joy. I'm more clear. I can see different. I see my vision more. I ain't stopping doing this. So you keep doing it, right? You do the things that work and progress you forward, right?
100%.
That's the beauty. One step at a time. We're in a 2 to 5 year plan. It's not tomorrow, okay? But you have to feel it and act as if. You know, and I talk about the vision of the future, everything, whatever that is for you, the material stuff, whatever it is. But I'm going to tell you a truth, okay? The only way that you'll get that, those are all wants, right? Those are all wants. But I'm going to share something with you. You don't get what you want. You get what you become. So if you become that, you'll get that. That's just a representation of your hard work.
I agree 100%.
Isn't that powerful?
I don't think I could have said that any better, dude. And let me, do I have it? It's basically exactly what you said, but you said this to me, it is exactly what you said. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are.
Yep.
And that...
So if your house is in order, you have that. If your house is out of order, you have that.
Dude, I couldn't say that any better. It's just about being in the now, what you can control now. It is okay to visit the past, but when you're doing healing, you can't stay in it all the time. It doesn't do you any good. If anything, you're holding yourself back days, if not weeks, by staying in these mindsets, these mentalities. Because if you think about it, when you come out of one of those mindsets or mentalities, do you think back, man, I was in that for a couple weeks? Because I do. Right. I'm like, man, I was in that funk for the last 2 weeks and I wasn't present here. I didn't really take this in. I didn't do this and this and this. And that's again, now I'm rolling back into the past again and I'm beating myself and it ends up in this vicious cycle. So it stops. Okay. It's okay that I was in that funk. I'm not now, and I know where I can progress and move forward today. I know the me that I am today. I love me. I am enough. I can do things. I am a winner. Just telling yourself and filling yourself full of love, you know?
Exactly.
I think that's
And you
powerful.
know how much more powerful you are is when you know who you are?
100%.
And that's really what Accelerate Your Best Life is we want you to truly know who you are. I know who you are. I know who you are.
I know who you are.
Right? And that radiates to people. We're out here to make a difference and create a better world because we're in a chaotic world. But you can live in your own peaceful world and help people see it. And it's that, what did you call it? The traction, the ripple effect.
The ripple effect.
The ripple effect.
Yep.
And it starts with you, right? And that's why we do this video, is to help people. We're not telling you right, wrong, whatever. I've just identified what worked for me. Zack's identified what's worked for him. And we want you to identify for you what works for you. We want you to think big. We want you to create a business, something, an idea.
We just want you to get so raw and real with yourself that you find that true and authentic you, that you just feel on fire. You feel like this was who I was born to be, and this is where I want to go. You know?
And when you get that burn, Napoleon Hill writes this in his Think and Grow Rich book, but about a burning desire. And it takes a while to get a burn.
It does.
But life gets so crazy, you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, you want to create a burn. And once you create a burn, that's a passion. That's fulfillment. That's where you want to get.
I agree 100%.
Right? Because when I wake up in the morning, I got to burn. I want to make a difference. One quick thing before we go, and we've been gone for a while, and we wanted to talk about change. How I wanted to go about changing. We was going to go into this because we just had some circumstances happen to us. We got knowledge that we both do trailers, and we just got knowledge that our store is going to close because the lease is up. And thank God that we've been in preparation, creating something outside of what we actually do, that we was proactive. If I wouldn't have been proactive, I wouldn't have the weird peace that I have, knowing that this window's closing, but I know for a fact that window's opening to a bigger opportunity because I have a bigger calling, a bigger purpose. And I'm just so grateful. Everything that we're teaching in Accelerate Your Best Life has prepared me, and I'm hoping it prepares you, because devastation does happen. If you're in a job and you're so comfortable in a job and you're not growing, the universe has a way to shut that down, to force you to get uncomfortable, to go towards where you're going. That's why we talk about the vision of the future. We're not saying it's rainbows and unicorns every minute of every day, but we have a way of seeing our vision and problem solving through, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm just proud of you for what you've created prior to this, getting this news. I mean, is it devastating? Yeah, there's a lot of relationships here that we love and dearly care about, but I just have the confidence, and I know we'll see each other a lot, and we'll see a bunch of the people, but I just have confidence with the culture we created here that people have confidence in themselves that they can go out and create something more.
Yeah. And I definitely agree with that. And that has been one of the most amazing things. More than half of the employees that are leaving this place are leaving doing their own businesses. And that makes my heart just so huge. And the culture that we've had the opportunity to create, the people that we've had the opportunity to inspire. My dad actually had started this dealership over 11 years ago. It actually just as its 11th anniversary, just at the beginning of June this year. So crazy and a lot of feelings and a lot of memories, and that's probably where I get stuck the most is in the past, but we're working through that. And I do think when you say stuff, the universe does listen, and me and Tom have been putting this out in the universe for quite some time now, and it's all just coming to be true and to where it needs to be. And I'm just happy that you've done this with me, and I'm happy that we've had the opportunity to grow and to learn all the things that we have so far, because I could only imagine where my mindset would be if we hadn't done all this. So I'm super grateful, and I just know that me and Tom are going to continue this and continue to grow together and grow Accelerate Your Best Life. There is an abundance of things and greatness coming for us, and me and Tom have been given the opportunity to see that. I hope in your lifetime, as you put things out into the universe and say things, that you see a miracle like this too. And I know that me and Tom are going to have some hardships, and we're going to grow through a lot of different things, but we're going to be so fulfilled in our lives because we're truly finding and fulfilling our dreams right now.
If this would have happened 6 years ago, I'd been devastated. And maybe you're in that situation. You know, this isn't about me and Zack. We've learned with this, but we're sharing our experiences with you because we know there's people out there like you that may be going through something similar, but know that the window's closed, the window's open to a bigger and brighter opportunity. But that being said, we're short on our time. I'm just grateful you're back. So a little bit about how we're going with this. I'm going to do a lot of board stuff, probably 3 weeks. You're going to see me and Zack about every 4 weeks together, kind of collaborate, so we can talk about our vision, where we're going and direction. And if we can help you guys in any ways, please put a note down.
We do have an email down in the description. They've been through, I believe they're up to video 9. So if you go back to our 9th video up till now, there's going to be an email in the description. You guys can always email into us as well. Leave a comment. Let us know if there's anything that we can do or what's going on in your life. Maybe we can support you or give you some advice to help you work through that.
Pick our brain. We're here. So. We love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to Accelerate Your Best Life. Zack Bradley, Mustache Media, does all the media. So grateful for him. I just feel fortunate.
I do too. I'm super grateful. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you got a nugget out of the video, we just ask that you share the video, share it around to your socials, let people know about us. We're just trying to get the name out there, build the brand up that much bigger. But like I said, we really appreciate you guys hanging out till the end and watching this whole video. Thank you so much, and we will see you guys in the next one.
Have a great day. Thanks for coming.